And now, it is a pleasure to welcome our newly elected president, Dr. Annette, to the stage for the President's Address. You want this microphone? No, I'm teasing you. No, I'm sorry, I'm teasing you. This is just my special microphone.
Well, stay up. We can do it together. I didn't think I'd need these, but I think I do. Well, good afternoon. And I feel very privileged to be here today. Thank you to my colleagues and my fellow SMA board members for placing your trust in me to hold the position of president for the upcoming year. It really is an honor and a privilege to serve the physicians of this province who make up the SMA, as well as the senior leadership team and all of the support staff at the SMA. They work so diligently on our behalf, and I'm really, really grateful for all of you. Our medical profession really needs a strong association. Physicians need our advocacy, our efforts, our influence, and I'm ready to undertake this work. I've been in practice in Saskatoon for 29 years. 40 years ago, I was 19, and I was accepted into the College of Medicine at the U of S. It was exciting and terrifying at the same time, and I chose obstetrics and gynecology, another exciting and terrifying specialty, and did my residency in this province. I did a fellowship in urogynecology in Calgary, but I always knew that I would come back to practice here. I have deep roots in this province, and I feel very privileged to live and work in Saskatchewan. And it appears, after this morning, that I'm taking over the reins at a time of impending change. Healthcare is at a tipping point, and change can be frightening, but it's also a time of great opportunity and meaningful action. The pandemic has demonstrated that our profession is adaptable, we're resilient, and medicine is enduring. We learned to do things differently when sudden change was thrust upon us, unexpectedly and out of our control. But now we have the opportunity to direct change that will have positive impact for the future of our profession and for the patients that we serve. Before I go any further, I want to talk about a concept. I want to talk about value. What is value? Well, for me, it has two very important meanings. One is the importance, worth, or usefulness of something or someone. But number two, it means the principles and standards that guide our behavior and our actions. Physicians hold great value for their patients, for the health of the community, and physicians are an essential part of a society that flourishes and advances. But why is it that so many of us do not feel valued for the contributions that we make? Physicians are also leaders and represent the values of integrity, trust, professionalism, and compassion. But why is it that values we hold dear can sometimes be lost when competing for limited resources? How do we advance our profession and maintain our value systems? I think the key lies in a commitment to mutual respect, support, and collegiality within our own profession. We need to find compassion for each other and compassion for ourselves. Doctors starting out and already in established practice are facing multiple pressures, including high overhead costs, a lack of support, ever-increasing demands for patient access, long wait lists, and an inability to find additional services such as mental health supports for our patients. Younger generations need the wisdom of lessons learned by the older generations, and in turn, I'm in the older, need to encourage the enthusiasm, the energy, and the new ideas that these new generations can offer us. We need to value each other and work together. A colleague of mine in the prime of her career said the other day that she has 3 years 342 days and 2 hours until she retires. It was kind of funny at the time, but then kind of sobering to think about. And when I inquired about the reasons why she would leave medicine so early, she replied that she needed the flexibility to travel, serve, volunteer, mentor, and do locums. Well, how inspirational is that? And why can she not see herself as the future of medicine? Why does she have to retire to do this? Doctors need to be able to practice their profession in an environment that is supported and sustainable. They need to be appropriately compensated and valued for the highly skilled jobs that they do. The foundation of our system is primary care, and nationwide, it is recognized that historic practice plans and compensation models are no longer working. They do not serve the patients or physicians well, and they need to change. Our province must invest in the building blocks to fix what is broken with primary care. And the announcement today by the Minister of Health is a landmark first step in the right direction. And I think at this point, everyone should just take a breath with me, because I need to. And I think we need to feel really good about this. We really do. Many dedicated family physicians have worked tirelessly to look at alternative models, and they are the experts in their field. I wholeheartedly support the concept of family physician-led team-based care and the patient's medical home that was presented earlier today. So now we need to focus our collective efforts and move the needle and implement the change. Saskatchewan is in a unique position to be a leader in this area. We have a long history of collegiality and cooperation within the profession, among health system colleagues, and with the government. Our province is in a good place financially. The federal government has pledged more funding for healthcare, and we should be active stewards of this additional money. We need to work together and with government to put in place investments in those things that our members see as priorities. These investments, of course, must improve care for patients, and they must improve the working environment for doctors. We need to bring back joy in our work. And the heavy lifting that we all do will not only be about family medicine, but it should improve the practice of medicine for all doctors in Saskatchewan. Change has started, and I want to thank you, John, for taking significant steps this year. There is new funding for after hours and urgent care, and the announcement by the Minister of Health today signals a transformational shift in how family medicine will be compensated. And this is a result of the dedicated efforts of the Primary Care Compensation Working Group, that's a mouthful, the expertise of the senior leadership team at the SMA, relentless advocacy efforts, and relationship building with the government of Saskatchewan. And as a member of the medical profession today, I can say that I am very proud of these efforts. We are very grateful and will continue to work with the ministry to build that model for Saskatchewan. We must not lose momentum, and obviously implementation cannot come soon enough, but it must be done well. On another front, our negotiations committee is now undertaking the work to reach a new contract for Saskatchewan physicians. There is a lot going on. The voice of our members is so key in the work of the SMA. I welcome your input and encourage each and every one of you to get involved in making a positive change. I've had the privilege of organizing an annual chili cook-off, which many of you know about, at the Friendship Inn in Saskatoon around Valentine's Day, which honestly can be a very, very sad day for the patrons who have food insecurity and need to access their meals in this way. But I have watched physicians from many different specialties in different stages of their career come together to do something meaningful for the community. And we've had a lot of fun, and we've bonded, and we've been very touched at the gracious and grateful response from the people that we feed. We are so much more similar than different, and I hope this translates into how we regard each other, especially when facing tough problems. We work in a system that can be harsh, and depersonalizing, and demoralizing, but we need to remember that the people in the system, you, are ever so valuable. So again, thank you for choosing me to be your next president. It is a privilege, and I will do my best to serve you and the profession.